Are you crazy?
Welcome, everybody, to the Magnetico podcast. I'm Jason here with my son, Kole.
What's going on, everybody?
It's a father-son thing. New York Mets baseball, NFL Combine, some Travis Hunter comments.
So dumb. So dumb, man.
Let's just jump in right there with Travis Hunter. What do you think? So if you don't know, Travis Hunter, some people blowing it out of context, but basically he's saying what he's doing is on parallel to what Shohei is doing in baseball, what he does on the football field. Kole, what's your take?
I mean, I like a player being confident, you know what I mean? But, I mean, there's, excuse me, there's some similarities, I feel like. So, like, if you had to compare what Shohei's doing in the MLB right now to football, it would probably be playing both sides of the ball at an elite level, which Travis Hunter is doing, or was doing this year. But, I mean, hitting a baseball is one of the hardest things to do in sports, if not the hardest thing to do. I can see, like, if he's saying, like, if you had to compare, like, what I just said, like, if you had to compare what Shohei's doing to doing something on the football field, it would probably be what Travis Hunter's doing. But, I mean, if he's saying what he's doing is more difficult, that's not true at all.
He said Travis Hunter told me he thinks what he does on a football field is harder than what Shohei Ohtani does in baseball. Then I also seen something, though, that he was just saying that it's kind of the same. It's not. It's not.
It's not the same, but it's not the same at all, actually.
Well, first of all, you can't compare yourself to a professional athlete at the top of the game.
Yeah.
Hey, he's a World Series champion. I don't like the guy. I'm not a fan, but I respect his game.
You love Ohtani.
I hate Ohtani.
Stop it.
But no, what Travis Hunter is doing is remarkable. I hope the Giants draft him, and I could see him having packages on offense, but I think he's going to mostly be a defensive player.
That's right. Excuse me. That's where I think he's most comfortable. I think he's most comfortable on the defensive side of the ball. And I don't know how he won the Bolitnik. I don't know how to say that word.
Bolitnik. I don't know either.
The best wide receiver in the country award. I don't know how he won that. He wasn't statistically the best, and he had one of the better quarterbacks in college football thrown to him. I think Nick Nash should have been up there. I mean, I don't think he should. I mean, I'm not saying he should have won it. Played for San Jose State, but he statistically had the best wide receiver season the past season. Yeah. Or Tetrone McMillan didn't have a good season. I mean, honestly, he's not a bad receiver, and he's actually a really good receiver, but he's a way better DB than anything.
I don't think it's a good comparison either, because what he's good at in football translates to both positions. Meaning wide receiver, defensive back. He's got very quick feet. He's very athletic. He's got good ball instincts. You use those things in both positions. What Shohei is able to do, hitting a baseball is the hardest thing in sports. And then he's going out and pitching at the major league level and throwing 94 to 97 miles an hour and command of 3 or 4 pitches. You can't. That's not the same. That's two different things. And but I'm rooting for the kid. I think he's got
what did Shohei just have, a 50-50 season? Yeah. The first ever 50-50 season?
You're not even a pro yet.
It's blasphemous, honestly.
So jumping gears, what do you think? I know you've had to see it because I see it the little bit that I'm on social media on X. What do you think about the high school kids now, like making posts about transferring? Like, for instance, I seen one kid just transfer to Lake Wales in Polk County. Like, high school kids now, like, they're in the portal.
I haven't even really seen it.
You really haven't seen it?
I really haven't seen that, but I think it's...
it's crazy.
I don't know, honestly. It's like, I wasn't going to post me transferring to New Jersey.
Yeah, but, I mean, that was different. But, like, these kids are transferring for the sport. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, for that reason. And it's just...
And high school kids do, like, transfer to, like, get a better opportunity.
Yeah.
But posting it, I don't know about that. That's for... I feel like it's for college. I'm all for posting offers that you get as an athlete. But I don't know. I just think it's a little silly. to be posting
That was really
transfers in high school.
Well, since we were talking about Shohei, we'll stick on baseball for a second. What do you think about the rule that they're implemented in spring training with the challenges?
I'm kind of mixed about it because I feel like this takes away. It's not going to fully take away the catcher's framing ability. That's a big part of being a catcher, but I feel like it is going to limit that a little bit for catchers because framing is one of the most important things to do as a catcher. Because it can alter the game at some points. So I mean, but if umpire misses a call, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it, but I think it'll be good and bad at some points. It just depends.
I don't know what I mean. I guess they're giving a preseason for the players to get used to it, to see what it would be like if they implemented it. I'm such a naturalist. I was against the pitch clock at first, and now I like the pitch clock.
Great. I was always for the pitch clock.
And the throwing over type thing. This is kind of cool. I kind of like it. I mean, I got to see it a little bit in the spring. Alonso's done it. Soto's done it. I kind of like it. But then again, it's interesting if they do it, how as a team philosophy will be behind it. Like, we don't do it unless there's runners on base. We save them for after the fifth inning. Like, Pete did it in the first inning, and he won it, so he didn't lose it. Because that's the thing. If you don't know, you get to challenge a call by the umpire, ball or strike, by tapping your helmet. They go to the instant replay. If you win the challenge, you get 2 challenges a game. If you win the challenge, you keep it. If you lose the challenge, you lose one of your challenges. So the team the Mets were playing that day, I want to say it was the Astros.
It was.
They did one with nobody on, and they lost theirs. And it was like the second inning. So I think people are just trying it out right now. They're not putting a lot of thought into it. But it would be kind of interesting to see, the philosophy. Because we as fans maybe challenge it. And, they're not allowed because of what the manager said and going into the game. So I don't know. I'm for it. I like the human element. At the same time, I don't know if I trust. Okay, like for example, you're playing Philly at the end of the year, down by a game to Philly, and we challenge the call, and it's in Philly's ballpark, and the computer goes to the computer, and we lose the challenge. Like, who's in charge of it? Is it like the NFL where they have like a headquarters in New York and everything's going, instant replays going to that, and like an official of the MLB is there, or is it the home team's responsibility to have like
on some broadcasts where like they'll show where the pitch was thrown, like how far outside I think it's just gonna be that.
See, that's the thing, but that's like SNY's camera.
Yeah.
Is that SNY technology that they're using? Or ESPN?
I think it has to. If it's in the home ballpark, it's gonna be the cameras that.
That's what I'm saying, and it's all computer generated. So because it's not like they show the actual pitch.
Yeah.
They show like this red dot line going into the strike zone and missed or not. Like, how do I know that's real?
I think it's real.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not, but you know me, I am not gonna believe it because you're gonna feel like you got hosed.
Yeah.
It's just part of sports, but I'm okay with it. But sticking with the Mets, Cole, what do you think about the spring so far? Beatty's looking good.
Beatty is looking good. I mean, it just sucks because I don't know if he can translate to the regular season.
Well, okay, let's just get into it. What are we doing? Because I was talking to you the other day. We've got certain guys. I guess Mauricio's not ready yet, but we've got certain guys that we know.
I don't know how he's not ready yet. He tore his ACL in December 2023.
Yeah.
So
I think they're just taking them slow. But sticking on the offense, we're going to score runs. We're going to have a great offense, no matter which way we go.
Yeah.
But you got Beatty, who's looking good right now in spring. You got Acuna that everybody wants on the playing field. You got a veteran in McNeil.
McNeil should be traded. That's just me, though.
Yeah. And then you got Mauricio.
When he comes back. I'm for all of them playing on the field. Like, they all have to be in the lineup. But the one out of that group that I would sit down at this point and have as the utility guy off the bench is McNeil. Yeah.
I like the veteran guy coming off the bench in a pinch hitting situation. I like him for, coming in for defense. And he can hit. Like, let's not forget that's Jeff McNeil. Like, he can hit. Maybe he needs a little change. Maybe he got a little too comfortable. I don't know, but when you got...
You'll forget he won the batting title.
I know. I remember what he did. I ain't seen that in a long time. Now, he had a decent second half. Not taking that away from him. But right now, the odd man out to me is Jeff McNeil. And I don't even really look at it as an odd man out. I kind of like him off the bench. Coming in a big situation. If Beatty's struggling, come in and pinch hit for him in the sixth and take over in the field. Like, I like, because he can handle that better, I think, than a Beatty or Mauricio.
And you were saying we should move Beatty to second. I don't know if he knows how to play second.
I'm not. I said, you could give him reps.
Yeah.
That's what spring's for. Like, you got to figure a way.
I like Acuna there, though. It's his position.
Acuna, I think, could play center. I think he could play center. He's young enough. He's fast.
We got a lot of good young outfielders, though, in the minors.
Well, I mean,
AAA. Drew Gilbert.
They're going to have to make some moves because, Marte's coming along now, so I don't see a spot
I think
him.
Marte will be dealt. He's 36, I think, if he has a good first half.
Send him to Miami.
He was already there. He knows the
him back.
ropes. Nah, but I don't think Miami wouldn't trade for him, though, because if he's having a good first half, like a playoff contender, I mean, not saying we're not going to be a playoff contender, but a playoff contender who's going to want that veteran presence and a good bat in the lineup. They're going to want to trade for him.
Speaking of Miami, did you see the pitcher that they signed?
No.
I want to say he played in Japan, but he had like a 5.0 ERA in Japan, so he wasn't the greatest, but he gets guys out. He's got some nasty pitches.
I've never heard of this guy.
So they just signed him, and they put him on. No, it's not the Marlins. I'm sorry. It's the Rockies, Colorado Rockies.
Oh, Jeffrey Young.
Yeah. And he dances and jumps up and down, almost does a split or whatever. That's not gonna last. That's good. That's good. He's gonna.
I mean, it's not like taunting. It's just a celebration. He did it. He's done it everywhere. He's
You remember when the Gators pitcher got in trouble for celebrating?
Yeah.
And then he hit the home run.
And then Cagley went to the grand slam, and he was just, I remember that.
But what are the takeaways so far? It's early in spring. I mean, yes, Beatty's hitting. Acuna showing what he can do. Soto hits a home run his first at bat. Pete looks like he's disciplined at the plate. So what is your takeaway so far?
And Lindor's not playing the greatest.
That's okay. Lindor, he's fine.
But, I mean, Beatty deserves to be in the MLB. He deserves to be playing somewhere, even if it's not for the Mets. He's a good player. I think with Beatty, he just, like, how do I say this? He, like, gets in his head too much, and he gets nervous. I don't want to say he gets nervous, but I think some moments are too big for him, and he just deserves to be playing somewhere, because he mashes AAA. Obviously, he's mashing spring training right now. He's doing great, but...
Yeah, he looks good to me, but at the same time, I understand, he hasn't really proven himself yet at the MLB level, but
our offense, like you said, it's always gonna be top 5 in the MLB for as long as we have Soto. But I think our pitching needs to step up this year.
So let's get into that. What do you think so far? Tidwell looked good yesterday.
He did look good yesterday. Senga
Sproat.
pitches tomorrow. Sproat 2 perfect innings. He looked good. Who else pitched? Clay Holmes has been great.
Holmes has looked good.
Clay Holmes pitched 6 innings with 3 hits.
Yeah, I mean, I think the pitching is going to be okay. I don't think yes, we talk about Marte, McNeil. If you can get a starting pitcher, veteran type guy in, I'm all for that. I just think they baby these pitchers too much. Yeah. And it's like, you got these guys in the minors that can play. Like, play them.
I think Sproat might make the opening day roster.
What about this Tidwell?
He could. I'm not opposed to it. I just feel like we have a lot of solid pitchers. How many are on the major league roster? I think it's 8 starting pitchers are on the roster to start the year. I don't know, something like that.
8 starters? I don't think 8 starters.
I think it's 8.
No, not starting pitchers. You got 5.
It might be 7.
They may start with a 6 starter.
It might be 7.
But they do have expanded rosters at the beginning of the year. But I don't know if they carry 8.
Because I saw this video about Shohei, and like how he might pitch, and it was like I think the limit's like 8 on a 40-man. I don't know. It's something like that. But I think Sproat will be up because he's disgusting, and he's a Gator alum.
I shared this with you yesterday, but I want to share it with the listeners. Brandon Sproat is 24 years old right now. Just to remind people how much of a freak Doc Gooden was, here is Doc's resume at 24 years old. He pitched 1,200 innings, had a 91-35 record, 2.62 ERA. He won the Rookie of the Year already, top 5 MVP finish, 4-time All-Star, Cy Young Award winner, and World Series champion by 24.
That's just disgusting.
So, I mean, pitch the young guys, man. Like, what are we doing?
Didn't Doc Gooden in his rookie year have like a sub-2 ERA? Like it was below 2?
I believe.
It was like 1.9?
If not, then, yeah, real close.
Just
I just pitch the young. Like, you have control of these young talent.
But they don't
for longer. Like, why not pitch?
They don't want to rush the game.
Rushing so he could get good and go hit the open market and then lose them. Like
I like the game is a lot different than it was back when Gooden pitched. Not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying
They don't want
to rush the young guys in. Like some guys get drafted out of high school. You don't want
I understand.
You don't want like 18-year-old Max Clark to go straight to the big leagues when he just was hitting high school pitch.
But this Sproat, like, he pitched big time Division I ball.
Yeah, I know he did.
Like he's ready.
Like I feel like college players should maybe like Skeens. Look at Skeens. He didn't even have a full year in the minor leagues. He had like maybe half a year. Look what he's doing. He's dominating.
That's my point.
It depends on the pitcher though. Skeens was elite in college. He was elite. And I'm not saying Sproat wasn't. I just don't think Sproat was as good as Skeens. But I think Sproat's ready.
I mean, you have the offense to protect this pitching staff.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of overs in the Mets season. You know, they're going to score a lot of runs. They're not going to be out of a ball game. So go with these young guys, see what you got. We didn't think the pitching staff was going to be worth a damn last year.
Yeah, that's true.
And look where we ended.
But that was just based off of name value when we have a lot of the same names, so we know what to expect. But I think the pitching staff just needs to live up to what they did last year, even without Severino.
Who do you want to see them bring in? Whether it be trade or is there somebody out there that
I've been seeing Dylan Cease be thrown around in Mets conversations. I think he'd be a good fit. Contract year. I don't think we need to give up too much for him though, because he is getting old and he is in a contract year, so he would probably leave. I just want to see Sprout in the majors. Honestly, he's nasty. Tidwell is obviously great.
How old is Tidwell?
Tidwell is probably around 25, 26. I don't know for sure though. He might be younger.
Yeah, I like the way he looked.
He was good. I'm liking the way Clay Holmes is looking as well.
I think the pitching's gonna be fine.
Yeah. I do have concerns for the bullpen though. We didn't really make too many bullpen moves except for re-signing Stanek. Who else? We got a lefty, Tyler Matzik. No, wait, no. AJ Minter. Wait, which lefty from the Braves did we get? We got AJ Minter, right?
Yeah, Blade Tidwell's not 23 years old. Let's get him a new number. He's number 94. That's crazy. He needs his picture on the website. Come on, Steve.
We got AJ Minter, right? Or Tyler Matzik. Which one? They're both lefties from the Braves. I forgot. I think it's Minter. I sound like a casual right now.
You do. You really do. Like, not somebody that follows the Mets on the podcast.
I think it's Minter. I mean, I just think of them both as lefties from the Braves. Yeah. Minter's a little better, though, so I'd hope we did get Minter. I'm pretty sure we did, though.
So, high school baseball season's coming. How you feeling?
I'm excited. I'm excited to get going. I'm excited to I'm just excited to be out there playing. Love playing the game.
What would be some advice that you would give to maybe a middle school player or maybe a freshman going into high school? What's some, looking back now that you're a junior and got some experience behind you, but even though not a lot at the high school level, but you were involved with the program. So what would you give a younger self advice on what they got coming up?
I would tell my younger self to like not have an attitude while on the field. I would probably tell myself to not get in my head as much, and like other little kids. likes to not get in their heads as much because that like demoralizes your.
So basically,
Like
what you said, Beatty was dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that's what Beatty's doing. I just think that's what he's doing.
He put too much pressure on himself.
Yeah.
That's kind of when you say
that's
the
what
lights
I
are
do.
bright.
Yeah, that's what I do sometimes, or what I used to do. I probably will still do it, but I mean, just don't think too much when you're playing. That's
Just play and have fun.
yeah,
Play and have
and
fun.
practice a lot.
And stretch.
Yeah, stretch.
Stretching is important.
Yeah, it's very important, guys. Trust me.
Gotta stretch them hammies out, them glutes.
I'm actually gonna do it after the podcast too.
Yeah, it'll make a big difference. NFL Combine, anything sticking out there before we wrap this up?
I just thought it was funny that Isaiah Bond, who was Xavier Worthy's teammate, you know who Xavier Worthy is? Guy who broke the 40 record. He said he was going to, I don't know if he was joking or not. I just thought it was funny. He said he was going to break the record and maybe run a 4.1. He ran a 4.45.
4.45.
That's fast. That's fast. And then Xavier Worthy, after Isaiah Bond ran the 40, he was like, "There's fast, then there's me." I mean, I don't think people realize how fast NFL players are. Like a 4.4, like it's not looked at as fast because you see guys like Xavier Worthy and other guys running 4.2s, but that's fast.
So
if I ran the 40, I'd probably run like a 5.3.
So that 4.4 is fast.
Yeah.
The difference though,
You know Montrell Johnson ran a 4.4?
Yeah.
Our running back.
Yeah.
That's great. I didn't know he was that fast.
I mean, but that's the thing. Like some guys you'll see run a 4.5, 4.4, 4.5, right? And then you're like, okay, that's a good time. And then you see some guys run a 4.2, and then well, wow. But that guy that ran a 4.4, even maybe a 4.6, 4.7, is quicker on the field than the guy that ran a 4.1. You know what I mean? That's like top end speed, like straight line running. The guys that have that quick step, the first two steps is where it's at. And you get that first two steps quicker than your opponent, and now you're gone. You can't recover.
I feel like that's why they also track the 10-yard as well, like the 10-yard split.
That's why they do the shuttle runs and the time and all that. But yeah, no, I mean 4.4 is I can't say 4.4 is slow. Hell, I would be happy if I ran a 5.4.
I don't think you ran a 5.4.
Not right now.
Not right now. Like,
Not right now.
If you ran, like, I'm not even trying to like make fun. I'm not trying to poke fun at anybody right now. But I think if you're in the 40 right now, you'd probably run like a 6.1.
Oh, I'd have to train to get there. Probably.
You have to train to get a 6.
Bro,
You can't run
I'm
40 yards in
old.
6 seconds.
I'm old. I can't run.
I'd probably run the 40
I'd
in
definitely
6 seconds.
I'd definitely pull my hamstring if I tried to just go out there and run the 40. Crazy? Ain't no way. What do you think you would run it in?
I said I'd probably run a 5.3, 5.4.
I don't think so.
Think I'm slower than that?
I think you're a 5.5 guy.
Wow.
You better hit it over the fence so you could trot.
Dude, I'm fast for my size. I really am. This is blasphemous.
You talking about on the PlayStation, the guy that you made?
No. I'm talking about
in real life.
I'm talking about in real life. I could probably run a 4.12 right now.
I bought
4.12 20-yard dash.
I bought you all this baseball equipment, and what didn't I buy you? Sliding gloves. And why? What'd I say?
You don't want me to slide head first.
I said you ain't got no business running.
You said you didn't want me to slide first.
Yeah, I don't want you to slide head first. I think that's silly. Why do baseball players slide head first?
To get there quicker.
Nah.
You can't. I mean, like when you're sliding feet first, you can't really extend your feet.
No,
you can, but I don't feel like you'd stay on the base if you did that.
Nah, that's the best way. You slide in feet first.
If you slide head first, especially on turf, you're like gliding, and you could like stay on the base with your hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I go in feet first, and you gotta get these cleats, get these spikes coming at you. That's what I said.
I guess, bro.
All right, I'm gonna be training for a sub 6.
Sub 6. What do you think your time would realistically be?
I think when I ran it and was timed at my peak, I think I ran a 5.1.
I believe that.
See you next week.
Peace.